This is it. This is the Pontificators Night. How are you all? We are live. We are live. We are live with Comic Bob. We are live with Andy Smith, who we are going to show off his new Indiegogo at the top of the show. And we got Zach Bradley, the other Zach. I don't know what the first Zach is. And we have the mainstay, the instigator of this whole Pontificators thing, Todd Mulrooney. So how are you guys?
Doing good. I'm hanging in there, doing good, man.
We have an echo. Whose echo is that?
That was me for a second. I got it.
Okay, man, I sounded really tinny there. So the other Zach. Why do they call you the other Zach? I have to ask.
Because I'm always the other Zach. I'm never the first Zach to the party, so I've always been the other Zach. So
Okay,
I've gotten
sense.
the nickname of Oz because of that.
Okay, how do we change this, Zach? How do we make you the go-to Zach? The main.
I don't mind being Oz though, because it's kind of fitting for me. I don't
Zach
mind.
Zach Prime.
You know, like if I were to ever change my name to anything, it would be Oz Fitzgerald. So, it's it's like that name where everybody's gonna be like, that's a one in a million. So yeah, that works. I was just born in that time when Zach was a very common name. So
yeah, I remember when my daughter was growing up, it was Brandon's. There was Brandon's everywhere, and Michaela and Brandon's. Yeah. So anyway, Zach, for the record, you're the top Zach on the Pontificators tonight. How's that?
That works.
Okay. So how you doing, Bob?
I'm doing all right, man. We got some interesting topics. I think this is a good fun topic, man, because I think there's been more rock comics than people think about.
Yeah, actually, my daughter sent me an article on Loudwire, and I guess DC is going to do some kind of crossover with some metal bands. And so then I started thinking, like, yeah, man, there's been a lot of rock crossovers into comics and vice versa. Even people that, like Gerard Way, that isn't like really necessarily obvious. Like there's no album cover or anything like that. But, I guess he's currently started writing comic books, and I think even that Umbrella Academy now is a TV show. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So, how you doing, Todd?
Doing good. I didn't necessarily read a lot of them, but there was two that I really liked, and I read those two pretty much.
Well, two is pretty good, especially. I don't think you're like a rock guy, right?
No, I am.
Oh,
But the comics, when I would look through, I remember Stuart Emmerman. He did some like biographical rock comics early in his career. But yeah, other than that, I don't. And I only went looking for those because, oh my God, you kind of tend to do that, like his first work. So you go look and see what it was like.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like that, but I didn't go read it. But he did some like Megadeth biographical one and someone else.
there was like
I never knew that.
There's
Yeah.
Aerosmith, and I think there was a Metallica one and a Motley Crue one. Yeah, and I'm like you, Todd. Like most of the time, the artwork isn't that good, so you don't really pick them up. But there's been some really cool stuff that has come out. For me, we're probably getting into it a little too soon because we do want to, show Andy Smith's first man Indiegogo right off the top. So I guess I'll just wait. I'll hold mine back until we can focus on the man of the hour, which is Andy Smith.
Yeah.
and your new book, man. So you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. It's here. Hold on. I can do. Oops. Hold on 1 second.
Are you multitasking?
I am. Well, I figure I could do that.
Well, also, you guys, Andy Smith's new book is in the description. So if you want to click on that, go back it real quick and come back. We'll still be here.
Yeah, that would be awesome. It's First Man. It's a fun. Oh wait, let me full screen that. Oops, there it is. It's a superhero book because that's what I love to draw, superheroes, and I love the Silver Age of comics. So that's kind of what it's an ode to story-wise. Luke Henry, who is a college student, he's the main character. He gets imbued with this essence from another world, and basically there's 10 of these essences that at the beginning of time there was just one, but they split off into 10, and they went and inhabited a different host on a different planet. And this one inhabits Luke Henry on Earth, and Monarch, the big bad guy of the story, wants to collect into himself all the essences so he can basically become the most powerful being there is. He, along with Penumbra, who's the female character, I keep forgetting it's my screen I'm sharing, so I can do that.
Yeah, you got to move it.
Yeah. The female character of the story has a special tie to the essence that inhabits Luke Henry. And when Luke Henry turns into the hero Apollo, that is him in his form there. So he kind of changes like Shazam does with Billy Batson saying the magic word into Shazam. So he doesn't always look like this. So he can resume his college life when he needs to. But it's an action-packed 64-page square-bound book. It ends on Friday, so we're in the final countdown. I was just about to do that. Damn it! I love that song too.
I do.
So yeah.
No. Okay. So there's Apollo as the superhero, and then the Billy Batson. What's his name? The kid.
Luke Henry.
Luke Henry. Okay. So which one sees more action by the ladies from the ladies? Because you got a college, you got a happening college student.
Yeah, but look at him.
Superhero.
I mean, look at him though. Come on. I know it's a small picture, but he's not seeing the action. So
Apollo.
Probably Apollo, yeah. So he's more the ladies' man.
Okay.
From a visual standpoint. In the story that he's not, but you never know. Issue 2 or volume 2, I should say, because it is a self-contained story. So there's no worry about getting to the end and a cliffhanger. It's self-contained. So when I do the next one, that'll be self-contained and just, move things forward that way.
That's a smart move. Yeah. I found out the hard way, like with Black and White Volume 1, Volume 2. I think one and dones are a lot better with this kind of crowdfund.
I think so, just because, they're coming out, once a year, maybe twice a year. And at that rate, it's better to do a one and done type of story, I think. Monthly things are different, but when it's, once a year, I think one and done's the way to go. So here's some of the interior art, the cool interior art.
This book looks incredible. Oh, is that who's the kid on the?
That's his dad.
Okay. Oh, it's not. Oh, he's got gray hair. I see it now. Yeah.
Yep. He's talking to his dad. So, like his son, they both have glasses, different types of glasses, but, want to give the look that he takes after his dad.
He's like, hey, Pop. And here's the sexy chick. So Apollo is hanging out with the.
Well, you just don't know. She's the sly one. She plays both sides. Like, she has her own agenda in the story, whereas Apollo is the definite good guy. Monarch's the definite bad guy. You just find out about as the story unfolds, is the best way to say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and I remember, like I said, I remember when you first launched this. I asked you if that drawing book you did was the first place where these characters were at. You've been working on this story for a long time, man.
Yeah. It's just one of those things that rolls around in your head, and you finally get a chance to put it down on paper.
Yeah.
I've got my fake Hostess ad, because who didn't love those in comics growing up? I know I did. Mm-hmm. So my hosted fruit pies, hosted, not Hostess. I got my buddy Bart Sears to do a variant cover, which I inked and colored.
Sweet.
And then we've got an extra 40-page program book, which is a kind of behind-the-scenes making of First Man with page layouts, but I also have guest artists doing their versions of the character for about 14 to 15 out of the 40 pages. And then the rest of it will be behind-the-scenes layouts and things like that. There's a head sketch level.
Well, wait, who are some of the highlights? Who do you got?
Oh, yeah.
doing some of the artwork.
So we got an Adam Hughes, Brian Hitch, Mike Zeck, Kevin Nolan, J. Scott Campbell, Brandon Peterson, another drawing by Bart, Alan Davis, George Perez, and then a couple extras in the book.
I'm just telling you, Andy, right now, I don't know who these people are, but it's nice. It's nice of you to give them, like this little spotlight to kind of get their careers started. So that's of you.
I'm helpful. I want to help as many people as I can. And if this puts them on the map, well, then you know what? Don't thank me. You're welcome. I'm always about the charity.
Well, especially this Adam Hughes guy, because I think he could use all the help he can get. Look at that.
Yeah, he could go somewhere, I think.
He might be able to do something.
He might have a career. Him, Kevin Nolan, they might have a career at some point.
Yeah.
So
that's fantastic, man. Those alone are amazing. So how do you get these? Is it in the program book? So all the artwork?
Yeah, these are all going to be in the program book. They were going to be variant covers, but I decided not to do that and just put them all in this extra bonus book. So, the bonus book by itself is $15, or there's a deal for both there's a tier for both the comic or the graphic novel and the program book for $35. So I cut what's 25 and 15 is 40. So I cut 5 off. So you save some money doing a tier where you get both of them.
Is that the tier, or which tier is that?
We'll go right back up here. It's
excellent.
This one.
Wait.
Right there. So yeah, save $5 by getting them both. There's the featured tier, which is all 3 books for $75. So it's, the book with my cover, the book with Bart's cover, and then the program book. If you want all 3, or the program book, and then there's an add-on for every tier for Bart's cover if you want to get the program book and his cover. And
well, going back to the program book, you said it's 40
pages.
40 pages. So is it 40 pages of all those different artists that might actually go somewhere, or is there other stuff?
No, there's going to be 14 to 15 pages. I didn't show all the guest artists.
Okay.
So it's 14 to 15. I can't remember the exact count that start the book off. And then the rest of the book, the following 25 or so pages, is behind the scenes layouts and things I scrapped and started over, and concept sketches and stuff like that. So
I love that stuff. Like this for me is the book right here. I mean, the comic storytelling is great, but I love.
Oh, I'm right there with you. I think as an artist, most of us love that behind the scenes stuff. I mean, that's why I used to buy trade paperbacks, because when trade paperbacks first started coming out, they would almost always include something in the back. But now, they just put them out, and it's like, here's the 6 issues reprinted and nothing else.
Yeah, so it's like Blu-rays when they first came out to incentivize you buying them. They'd have all kinds of behind the scenes stuff, and then when everybody started buying them and they didn't need to entice you anymore, they just took all that stuff away. But not us, Andy. Not
us. We care, man. We care.
We keep giving back.
That's right. And then as of right now, everybody's going to get just scroll down, a bookmark with the lovely lady Penumbra, 2-sided bookmark. Everybody's getting a trading card. And then if we can push through to the 15K before it ends, everybody will get a 4x5-inch magnet. So
sweet. Yeah, you guys, this looks fantastic. Go out and back it. Andy has been doing comics for a long time. So it's going to look great, and that he's going to deliver the book to you. And how much longer do you have on your campaign? I know you're winding down.
It's Friday night I guess technically Saturday morning at 3 a.m. But yeah, so does anybody,
Todd, you guys have anything to add to Andy's fantastic Indiegogo campaign here?
It looks great. Andy's a legendary veteran of the comic industry. Spent a lot of his time tutoring, sort of, in a way, through the magazines, the trade magazines we had, the Brutes and Babes, him and Bart Sears and stuff, that stuff. And then you guys put together a big omnibus of all that stuff, right?
Yeah, there's 2 volumes out of the
Mhm.
Brutes and Babes stuff that Bart did.
I bought them.
They're 2 hardcover volumes, and then each volume has 5 new lessons in it. And then my book, Drawing Dynamic Comics, you can still get.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. So
Yep.
I mean, when you give back to the look, let's face it, a lot of people read them, a lot of people who watch us, a lot of people who create comics.
Ooh, thank you.
It's all very sort of like it's like one big melting pot, right? Because if you read them, you usually want to work in them.
Yeah.
You know, whether you want to write or draw, or whatever. So giving back to those type of people and putting together something that helps artists is, you got to give them credit.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you have another drawing book too, don't you, that you crowdfunded?
I have the Drawing Dynamic Comics, which was put out, by a publisher. I have Drawing American Manga Superheroes, which came out from the same publisher, Watson Guptill, who I think Random House absorbed a few years ago. And then I crowdfunded not a drawing book, but a book called Dynamic Hero Templates, which is for character designers that don't really, basically, when I was growing up, like all of us growing up as kids wanting to draw, we didn't draw that well. Let's be honest, because everybody starts off somewhere, but we want to create characters. And I know growing up as a kid, I'd create characters and the costume might look cool, but the drawing itself was never that cool because I was just learning.
Right.
So I created a book called Dynamic Hero Templates, which has 8 different male body types and heads that are printed in blue. So you draw right in the book and you can design your own costumes over the pre-drawn bodies that I did. And then the volume 2 is Dynamic Heroine Templates. So it's 8 female body types.
Yeah.
So, if you've got a teenage character, there's a teenage body type, there's the standard, I guess you could say, Apollo body type, but then there's the big hulking brutish body type. There's a dwarf body type, and then there's like the big hefty guy body type. And they're all available on my website in either digital or print, because honestly, if you buy it in print, that's fine with me because I've got them here so I can get them out of my office. But, once you fill the book up, you're done. Whereas if you buy it digitally, you never have to buy it again because, you're just opening it up in like Photoshop or some drawing program, putting a new layer over top of it and just, use the templates to your heart's content.
Yeah, I remember growing up, there'd be friends that played D&D, so they always
exactly.
And the structure was always really bad, but the costume designs were kind of neat ideas. So this way, you can start off with a really good structure of a heroic figure, and draw your costumes right over it. And that way, too, you can draw many, many different, costumes and different, attempts at drawing your, D&D character or whatever it is.
Right.
So that's a pretty killer idea, man. So they can contact you through your website. Is that what you said?
Oh, but those books are all in my store on my website.
So what is your number?
AndySmithArt.com. Hit the shop section. Hit the shop section, and then you'll just scroll and you'll see them. And if you want to buy them, you can just click the link, buy it. And if it's a physical copy, I'll mail it out. And if it's a digital copy, as soon as you buy it, you'll get a link to download it.
Oh, very, very cool.
Yeah, I want to add something, Art, because when it comes to there wasn't, where I'm from, there wasn't the Joe Kubert School or a place to go learn how to draw comics, to be honest. And I was wanted to do it when I was 12, right?
Yeah.
So you're doing it very young. And if it wasn't for things like Brutes and Babes, and I have the Loomis books and I have all that stuff, but those are comic book guys. Those are guys who are showing you anatomy and maybe breaking it down and deconstruction it. I learned a lot from Brutes and Babes and books like Made, and of course there was a book called Sketch.
Yes.
There was a magazine called Sketch.
Yeah, it was a magazine. Yeah.
In like there's where I learned where guys would talk the process, right? I remember Michael Lark talking about drills, like go in a room, sit there for 5 minutes, go out of that room, now draw that room. There were actually drills, like you do drills in hockey, you do drills in baseball.
Sure.
There were drills for art, and so I learned so much from those things that without them, I think they deserve more credit. Books like Draw the Marvel Way and stuff, they deserve a lot more credit to teaching comic book artists than a lot of people like. They like to tell you those highbrow books like Loomis and Bridgman and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to teach you how to draw a comic or how to tell a story or how to be dynamic.
Right.
They do serve their purpose, right? Deconstructing anatomy and whatever. But man, those things are pivotal to the education of a comic book artist. It's like going to the Kubert School without having to pay tuition.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. And to add another book to that, Robert Marzullo, who's an internet guy, he's got a big YouTube channel, and he does comic reviews, art reviews every once in a while with Dave Finch. He put out a drawing book that was in that very same vein, and I agree with you 100%, man. Those books don't get enough credit for how to actually, like you said, Bridgman and Loomis and those guys. They're good to teach you the fundamentals and how to break down anatomy and stuff like that. But to actually put a comic book together and to do comics in that dynamic style, those books and like the one that you did and like I said, that new one from Robert Marzullo, they teach you how to do that stuff.
Right.
Okay, Bridgman and Loomis will never teach you eye flaw.
Yeah. And there's I'll tell you what, man, speaking specifically about Bridgman, the guy's like his art is fantastic. And you can learn a lot from him. Do not read him though. He is the most confusing writer in history, man. Like you look at it, look at the drawings he does, look at the way he deconstructs things, follow that. Do not try to read him because it's like going down a rabbit hole reading a freaking tech manual.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about Bridgman. If you have a career like mine, every so often reread it because there are moments that things that you were not able to comprehend
Absorb,
a while back, as you keep drawing and you read it and you just it's like an onion or whatever they say, the layers, like you just start finding all these different levels and layers to what he's teaching you. And so that's one of the things I do like about Bridgman, because there are things that up to like when I read it, I think maybe 3-5 years ago, I was like, oh my gosh, that's what that is.
Now I get it.
Yeah, the light bulbs.
Yeah.
Still going
And
on.
there's actually a guy, I can't remember his name now, but he actually did a book called Understanding Bridgman. And
Really?
it's a great book too, man. I actually bought it.
Oh wow.
And he was on the Stan Prokopenko on YouTube. He's one of the big art guys on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Prokopenko, Proko art. Yeah. He had that guy, he did like a whole half hour about that. And I'm gonna tell you what, dude, that dude is like a godsend. He is like the Rosetta Stone for trying to understand friggin' Bridgman.
He'll translate
wow.
for you.
Yeah, it's a really cool book. Check it out. But yeah, man, like those the art books, like How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way and how to do dynamic comics and stuff like that. Those are the real primers, I think.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, your education should have all the above, but don't overlook some of the stuff like what Andy's putting out, and even Bern Hogarth and some of these guys. Like you can take ideas and some of these principles from anywhere. So I think they're all good, and I don't think one book is necessarily going to be the be all end all for you anyway. I think there's going to be certain books that connect and resonate more with certain people than others. There are certain
remember we talked about
guys, they swear by Loomis and hate Bridgman, and there's vice versa. I happen to have been more of a Bridgman guy coming up, just because I didn't have access to the Loomis books. Those were harder to get.
Oh yeah.
And so I finally got those, and I was like, this is great too. One of the guys that he's kind of Loomis-esque. I didn't want to talk about this stuff, but it's so good. It's so good. Is Jack Hamm?
Oh, Jack Hamm is great.
Yeah,
his books. I mean, his cartooning book is great. His figure book is great. with realistic figure drawing. He has a book on his animal book is great, and
That's
his
the one
landscape. His landscape. He has a book just on freaking landscapes, which is awesome.
Yeah, and if you look, like a lot of guys that draw like how-to books, even like years after, they're actually like a lot of those principles and those layouts they're taking from that book.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like just people don't know about it, so they're actually ripping off another how-to book.
Yeah,
I'm not going to name names, but I have one right at the tip of my tongue, and I'm not going to say it.
The way that it broke down for me was for doing things like torsos and arm anatomy and hands and stuff like that. Bridgman was the guy, but the Loomis head I thought was better. Like the breakdown.
The Loomis method.
Yeah, the Loomis method for the head was that was like the go-to breakdown for how to do a head.
Yeah. Well, I think there's always going to be these things that, like I said, connect with you, certain even chapters or certain ideas from these books that you're going to take with you, in your professional career or your path to getting better. And it's all good. Like I have one cabinet, it still has all my art books in it, and I keep them. I revisit, the books every once in a while. But we should get rocking. because Andy's book's good. Comics are good, but rock and roll is rock and roll.
That was a nice segue, man.
Right.
We should get rocking. Segue.
Did you say that was a bad segue?
No, I said that's a good
he said
segue.
it was good.
It was a good segue. It's like with me, I don't do segues, man. With me, it's like you're on deck and batter up.
Just go to it.
Yep.
Yeah, well, usually these pontificator shows they have their own life and they just go in their own direction. But I'm trying to steer it because I do think like rock and roll and comics, I've always been both. Like I think if I had to and I was pressed, I would want to be a rocker more than a comic book artist, just to be completely honest. You know what I mean? So early on, like when I was a kid, I was all about comics and animation. And then when I got to be a teen, it was all about rock and roll. And then my early 20s, rock and roll, right? And then back to comics. But I kind of had to leave, rock and roll just because it wasn't paying the bills. And comics was paying the bills. So you have to go in that direction, right? And so, and I was definitely when I was doing music and performing, it was like the heyday. It was like, the Whiskey a Go-Go and, Hollywood and hair metal and all that stuff. So I was right there playing in those bands and with all those different groups at that time. So it's never gone away. And then my daughter Amanda sent me a link, which I'm going to share with you soon. It's like DC Comics is going to do a line of like metal books with Ozzy Osbourne, Ghost, and some other people. I think maybe it was Metallica or Megadeth or something like that.
Megadeth.
Yeah, and we'll get into that. And then I started thinking about like there is quite a bit of crossover because there's a lot of people I know that one are in music that are artists and musicians, musicians that are artists and artists that are musicians. Like it seems to kind of go hand in hand. And so I just started Googling, like different, comic book rock album covers and blah, 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 back and forth. And there's been quite a bit of them, over the years. So I want to share this article first and then get your take on it. And then we can kind of get into, I was thinking maybe just for fun, we could find a bunch of album covers that comic book artists have done. And then maybe we could get into our top 3 like rock and roll comic books of all time. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. So let's see if we could actually stay focused and make it happen. So here we go. This is the Loudwire article. And so what you see, Ozzy Osbourne, Megadeth, Ghost, and Sepultura. And so then it says more to feature in DC's Dark Knight's death metal comics series. So I think there's some artwork here too. So metal is about to get a major spotlight in the comics world as DC have announced their new Dark Knights death metal band edition series. So the first acts up are Ozzy Osbourne, Megadeth, Ghost, and Sepultura are among the acts. This series will comprise of 7 issues with a different metal act being featured on a variant cover. The issues will also feature an intro from the band and an exclusive interview included. Wow, that's pretty cool. Some of the top comics artists have also been called upon to create the covers. See the full lineup and cover artists listed below. In addition, you can see the variety of covers here. So I guess we were watching a video of, I don't know who that was talking. Let's see if I can skip the ad. So where's the sound? Let's get some sound here. What the hell? Okay, so I haven't watched this, you guys, so I have no idea what this is. Cops Down Comics. This is not comics. What is that? Featured band Megadeth. Hey, Bob, help me out with this cover artist. What is that? Wanjo Guarno?
Oh, hang on, man. I've got that. I've actually got the list. Let's see here. Looks like Wanjo.
Is that the guy that does that Black Sad?
That's what I thought. Isn't that the guy that does Black Sad?
Garnido, yeah.
Okay, so that guy's really cool. So then the featured band Ghost for artists is, I've never heard of this guy, Werther Del Adera.
Yeah, I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up his name right now here. Yeah, he's an indie guy.
Okay, and then is it Lucana? How do you say it? Lucana Coil.
Lucana Coil.
So I know the band, but I don't really recall the music. So that's Antonio Fuso.
Yeah.
And then what is that?
Opeth.
Opeth.
Oh, man. Opeth.
Yeah.
Are they good? Check this out.
Oh boy.
So Zach, what are they? They're pretty hardcore?
Yeah, they're pretty metal.
Yeah,
they're pretty metal.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I don't see here is I don't see any guar and I don't see any meat throwing. So how good could this be?
That's
so
right.
Then we have Pedro. A lot of these guys I've never heard of before.
Yeah, a lot of them they're like I know what's his name, Laufey. He's more of a, he's got more of like a concept art kind of style, and when he does do illustrations, they look like it's kind of like you ever seen like the Castlevania concept art, or with a little bit of like Sean Gordon Murphy thrown in.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then is this like for Sepultura? Is that Raphael Albuquerque? Because he's really.
That's what I'm thinking.
Is that? I don't know, man. Pedro Moaro. I've never heard of that guy.
I wonder if he's a colorist or something. So maybe it's just a combination of two people doing the cover.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then Dream Theater, they're like progressive. Is that metal? I guess it's metal. Progressive metal. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of this Santi Casas.
Nope.
Yeah. And how about the Ozzy cover artist Marco Mastazoe?
I gotta double check. I'm gonna look it up right now. I think he's done some covers for DC, in like the with the Batman Who Laughs and stuff. Yeah, okay. He's got like a painter style.
Okay, so this is
actually it's pretty good. Damn.
This is pretty killer. So I guess they're tying it into the DC characters. So somehow this is going to tie into their.
It's all tying into the death metal stuff.
Okay, so that was it metal first, and then it was death metal.
Death metal. Yep.
Okay.
But are they re-releasing the death metal stuff? Because that series is done.
I think they're. I'm not sure. I think they're doing.
This is an addition to. I think.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm not 100% sure. But I always think that this is Greg Capullo's like brainchild, because he's a big like Zakk Wylde like metal guy. So it just seems to fit his personality.
It's going to be. It looks like they're going to be re-releases of the death metal series with just these metal covers.
All right.
Oh, seriously? So there's not going to be a story?
No.
That's what it just covers. Oh man, DC, you're getting me excited here.
Then there's also gonna be like a collector's omnibus too.
Oh, okay. Because I thought they were going to interact with like these rock guys, like
Kind of like Kiss and like the Psycho Circus stuff.
yeah, exactly. Like
I like that stuff.
Yeah.
For me, it's fascinating to see how the writer's going to pull that off. You know what I mean? Like, because it's such a mixed match of things, and like with the Kiss stuff, they gave those guys superpowers so that they can hold their own. So I was hoping something like that. So I'm sorry, you guys. I was a little bit more excited. I didn't read this article fully, but it looks like it's variant covers for the actual death metal series.
Yeah.
Okay. So then these bands, I guess the cool part about it is these bands each have like some kind of video intro for their books. So wait a minute. Okay, so we're just going into other types of books that have been in the past, like metal Guar. Yeah, I don't see any meat throwing here though. Don't they have like a catapult and they fling meat into the crowd?
Dude, Guar's done a lot of stuff.
I saw them once.
Click that. Go back down because there's a button that says "click here" to see the covers.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I've actually, I actually went online and there's actually an article on CBR. It's like all these different album covers done by artists.
Oh, there they go. Wait.
Okay.
Like, dude, I didn't realize this, man. But Alex Ross has done album covers. Todd McFarlane, John Byrne did one without knowing.
Oh, when they swiped that Silver Surfer.
Yeah. Glenn Dan, was it Simon Bisley did some Glenn Danzig stuff?
Capullo did one.
Yeah, Bill Sienkiewicz did one for the RZA.
Yeah,
Bill Sienkiewicz.
Ethan did one for Winger.
Are you serious? Do you have?
I got a picture,
really?
dude. I've got a picture right here. Hang on, I'll share it.
Well, let's go back and then and then we'll come back to this if I can find the. Oh, where is it?
There it is.
Twinkle Toes. Yeah, I remember that.
Ethan did a cover for Twinkle Toes McFingerbang.
She's only
17. Yeah.
And then in the lyric, does he say, "She's old enough for me"?
Yep. But dude, man, some of these covers are dope, man. Like that Sienkiewicz one is pretty cool.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you guys remember, like Sienkiewicz did a bunch of stuff for MTV in the day. Like he illustrated spots and stuff like that in his kind of comic book style.
Yeah, that Anthrax one, and that Anthrax one's kind of boring, actually.
Is this?
That's the Sienkiewicz one. That's the Sienkiewicz one. That's for the RZA, yeah.
But that's Alex Ross, right?
That's Alex Ross.
That's Alex Ross. Yeah, that's the Anthrax covered Alex Ross that Alex Ross did. And look, I mean, it's cool. It's Ross, but it's very basic.
Well, I think for an album cover, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then we got this one from McFarlane for Lizzie Borden.
Okay.
Which is it's I'm thinking this is probably when he was in his started doing it. No, that was in 2000, so that was before his digital era. And then we got something from Crumb. We got Robert Crumb for some
oh wow.
Yeah.
That one, Cheap Thrills.
Yep.
Oh, it's a big holding company. The album's Cheap Thrills. Yeah, they're Patriani's.
Yeah, I remember
John
that
Byrne.
as a kid.
Yep. John Byrne didn't even know it.
So that's John Byrne kind of doing a Kirby.
Yeah.
That's from a Silver Surfer book that John did.
Yeah, and Joe just kind of swiped it.
I can't believe Marvel didn't shut that shit down.
Yeah, because
they may not have known about it.
I think everybody knows about it now.
Yeah. Everybody does now. But.
Yeah,
Charles Byrne, Iggy Pop. Now, this is pretty. I've always been a big fan of Simon Bisley. But he did a couple of covers for Danzig.
Yeah,
because they were doing because they were like friends from doing all that Verotic stuff.
Yeah,
well, Danzig used a lot of Frazetta stuff too.
Yeah, I've never heard of these guys.
Peter Bag.
Yeah,
Terry.
And is that Neil?
Neil Adams, man.
The Mighty Groundhogs. Wow, that is so
That's
good too.
Great.
That even looks like Neil Adams, like marker work, like his advertising marker work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, that's
Crazy stuff.
Hey, who did the album cover for Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak? It always kind of looked like a Neil Adams or a Neil Adams want to be, because it always looked very comic booky to me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. See, album cover artist. Jim Fitzpatrick.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe it was a illustrator that was definitely looking at some Neil Adams, I think. Because that Jailbreak album cover is pretty badass. Because it's got that guy in the back and like a giant floating head or something, right?
Yeah.
And the band are all running forward. There's some kind of explosion in the back. I'm going to see if I can.
Yeah, I found it. I got it.
Okay.
Hang on, I'll share it.
I just think it's a pretty badass cover. Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak somewhere in the town.
What the hell? Come on. Open. Hang on.
Oh,
Open
there
image.
it is. I see it on your.
Yeah, let me switch it. I'll see. Stop sharing. I'll share the big one of it.
And more recently, well, I'm gonna wait because I have some artwork.
There you go.
I have saved too. Oh my gosh, this thing. Oh, they're on a TV. Oh, I just removed. Oh, did I get it?
No, you got it.
Oh, that's got to be. That dude had to swipe something from Neil.
Right.
Yeah.
The red.
Look at the way it's shaded and everything. Yeah.
That the poses of the dudes running and stuff. Oh yeah, that dude had to swipe Neil.
But I just love like the way it's knocked back, like it's all like that silver color, and then the only thing that's colorized is the green. Very cool. And hey, Bob, now that I have you, look up the Birds. And I know I want to say it was Barry Windsor Smith that did an album cover for the Birds way back when. Like the one thing about Barry Windsor Smith, he's so contemporary still. I think his style still looks very contemporary, but that dates back to like the early 70s.
Are you talking about the Pre-Flight album?
It's a band called the Birds.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah,
the Birds.
no, I Googled searched it too, but I couldn't. There's only two things that came up, but it doesn't really strike me as Barry.
Yeah, there's
Is
the
comic book style or no?
It's kind of, yeah. Here, hang on a minute.
They have superhero suits and they're kind of standing there. It's a semi upshot, I think.
It's like a sci-fi kind of thing almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. This is it. Hang on a minute.
I wonder who did that then.
Let's see here.
Because then I have also like stuff by McFarlane with Korn, and then
that was Capullo that did the Korn.
Capullo did Korn,
Oh, did
and then Dave did the cover for Disturbed.
He did a couple covers for Disturbed, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, while you're looking for that,
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Wow, just when I always go. Yeah, let's see. Add to the stream. Yeah, but look at
that didn't come up. That's got to be Barry.
It looks so early Barry to me.
It does.
When I typed in Barry Windsor Smith, that was the cover that came up.
That's freaking awesome, actually.
Yeah, but it's weird because
it is. It's Barry Windsor Smith. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, this is really obscure stuff, and also it wasn't until he died. Guy, I said it at the beginning and I already forgot it. The guy that did the Bat Out of Hell cover. He did Din. He was the artist for Din.
Oh, Richard Corbin.
Let me share because I got a few chambered as well. Let's go and so I got the Disturbed cover here. This thing, the 10,000 year. That's a great song too. I think Disturbed is real hit and miss for me, but that song, that the title song, is kick ass. And I think that either the back cover, I wish I would have did the whole wraparound. I think Capullo painted himself in there. Like I think he's on the cover there somewhere. It might be the back cover.
Yeah, and Death Metal Hero is right. Capullo did covers for both. McFarlane did covers for both Korn and Disturbed.
Okay, but that Korn cover is just That's just Todd, right? The one where it's like, well, I got it here. Let me see.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
No, that's Greg.
That's Capullo right there.
Yeah.
I think that's both of them. I think that's Capullo, and then Todd did the inks on it.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but you guys kind of nixed it, so I wasn't really sure. Yeah, so this is a combination of the two. So Follow the Leader. And I think both of those album covers, like 10,000 Fists and The Corn, are wraparound covers.
Actually, dude, you might want to invite Death Metal Hero in here, because if anyone's going to know about that, it's going to be him.
Oh, is he in the chat?
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Oh, shit. I'll bring him in. Hold on. I'll stop sharing and come back. Oh, shit, yeah. You know, God, I always think of him, and then this time I did not think of him. Yeah. Hold on, Death Metal. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Why is Domino there? I don't know, man.
Hey, hey,
man, I love that Barry Windsor Smith Birds cover. I just saved the image of it.
Did they say the image? Dude, it's hard to find too. That image I found, it's only 600 by 600. That's the biggest one there is.
I know. I looked for.
Oh no, I got one bigger than that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just under the Google search.
Yeah.
Under tools, I went large.
You see, I did that and I couldn't find another one.
I'm pretty sure this one looks like on my screen. It's like 10 by 10 inches.
Yeah, I'm an image hoarder.
Yeah, so am I.
I know all those tricks, man. Like I know how to like download pictures from sites you're not supposed to do it from.
Oh, Pornhub. I get it.
Yeah, you know.
You gotta know all the back channels. Yeah. Hey, Luke, I sent it to your Facebook Messenger.
Where's that? See, Dave Finch album.
So, let's go back.
There you go.
10,000 Fists in the air.
Yeah, some of those album covers that Dave did were fantastic, man.
Yeah, and then I found this one too. So this is a Frazetta, but it's just kind of
nice.
Like, you know,
Wolf Mother. Yep.
Yeah, they purchased the artwork, you know, but I mean, it still is, you know, a comic book artist.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And so then, of course, we are recovered surfing with the alien, and then this one came up, and it's not rock and roll, but this is anybody. Okay, I'm pretty sure that Andy will get this, but you guys know who this is?
Is that Jack Davis?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Magazine guy. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Isn't it cool?
Oh,
I actually
man.
want the artwork for this. This is really badass. I even like the type. The type on the side is cool.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
He loves a nut.
Wait a minute. They're saying that the Joe I'm looking at this other side, and they're saying the Joe Satriani cover was actually Jack Kirby.
That's what I
thought. That's Byrne.
I thought that. Yeah, I'm almost 100% certain that's Byrne.
No, it's Byrne. It's from. I want to say it's from that Silver Surfer he did with Tom Palmer, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one shot.
Yeah, it looks a little. It doesn't look Kirby enough, and it looks.
Yeah, it almost looks like John kind of trying to channel Kirby.
That's what I was thinking initially as well, but I have heard a lot of people say it's Kirby, so I'm starting to think that it's a little too slick for Kirby, so I think this is probably Byrne. But the thing about comic book artwork too is when you blow it up too big, it's kind of loses the nuance, so it's harder to tell who drew it, especially at the smaller panel that they took it from. But yeah, I do think that this is, you guys are probably right with John Byrne here.
Well, I also wouldn't be surprised if instead of actually just taking the exact panel, if maybe whoever the production person was, like copied it or just didn't do a great job copying it. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
I found a Phil Jimenez album cover.
Let's finish with this because this is a big one, man. This is
that's
Paint Girl artist, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jamie
Lana?
Yeah.
Oh. That's right.
Yep.
What did you say, Andy?
Isn't it Jamie Hewlett? Isn't that the name?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some great stuff, man. All his style work on that. This was the perfect blending. You talk about just art and music. Like they're inseparable with the Gorillas, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted so badly. I was in New York, and there was the Jamie Hewlett. What was it? His like sketchbook or art book or something like that. It was so thick. It was like $100. And one, like when you're away from your home and you have to travel and you have to carry that back, you start thinking twice about it. And then with the price, it was $100. I was thinking, do I want to spend $100 and then carry this book, back home? And so I talked myself out of it. But yeah, I still have to buy that book. It's really good. And so then, of course, Kiss Unmasked. But this isn't I don't think this is a comic book artist, but it is comic book, style artwork, I guess.
Yeah.
I actually found Sam Keith did an album cover for the Groovy Ghoulies.
Oh,
that doesn't surprise me.
That's cool.
And then, but check out this Phil and let me show you this Phil Jimenez one. This thing's pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm coming back. Oh, we got Luke. Hey, welcome to the chat, my friend.
Woo!
What's up, gentlemen?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good. So we're going to have to get your expertise on stuff. So is there anything that we've already covered that you want to add so we can kind of enlighten people in the chat?
Iced Earth always loves to use comic art. They've used Capullo. They've used Jim Ballant, like those early Purgatory covers. That was Jim Ballant.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Jim Ballant. Yeah.
Days of Purgatory. Oh, yeah.
That guy's a big metalhead. Big metalhead. Yeah.
He loves Kiss. Like, I'm surprised you and he haven't had conversations about Kiss.
Oh, that's cool. Who did that one? Is that Phil Jimenez?
Yeah, that's Phil Jimenez.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's great.
That's
love
dope,
stuff.
isn't it? That's got like some Atomic Knight kind of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll tell you right
book
now.
Otherworld was so good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, I'm starting to get very pissed off because I just remembered a dream I had when I was starting to work as an artist. I wanted to do album cover artwork. I wanted to be like Ken Kelly or some, like one of these guys, like who's the guy that does all the artwork for Yes and all those like prog metal bands and stuff like that. Like I wanted to do stuff like that. And then, of course, illustration just kind of died, shortly afterwards. And then I see all these other comic book artists, and I'm like, oh shit, I can do this.
I'm looking at these Iced Earth covers, man, and I forgot that they actually did a couple of they actually used Spawn on a couple of their covers. The Angel Medina Spawn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice, dude. This is awesome.
Killer.
They love using some comic book art on covers. I mean, it's eye-catching. It's designed to catch your eye.
Right.
Why wouldn't you use it?
Look at that, man. That's dope.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's dope, man.
Yep.
It's a good album, too.
Yeah.
It's a real good album.
Oh, and here's one of the Jim Ballant ones.
So wait, so how is this working?
I don't think that's Angel Medina, though.
Are you sure? It looks. I'm pretty sure it's.
I think that's still Capullo.
Is that still Capullo?
Oh, that doesn't look like
that's
Greg
still
either.
Capullo.
But I don't know.
No. Yeah,
I was
I'm
going to
super
say
familiar
Tony
with the Swan
Daniel
stuff.
or
Oh, you're right.
It might be Tony Daniels. Yeah.
And Kevin Conrad.
Kevin Conrad, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it was from a pinup. Todd was doing pinups forever in books.
Yeah, I was going
Sentinel
to say.
Scrutinizer says it's McFarlane. At least that's who Metal Archives credits it to.
Okay, so are they?
Well,
things. Wait, hold on. Are they being commissioned to do this, or are they pulling this artwork from like previously published stuff?
a lot of it I know is previously published stuff.
Okay, so they're just licensing the artwork, I guess.
Yeah, like for instance, this. Let me stop sharing this one. This Ballant cover here that they used. I'm pretty sure is. Oh no, it's the same. That's the. Here we go. Let me get this.
I only talked to Jim once, him and his wife at a convention one time, and you're right. I don't know why I haven't hung out with that guy more.
Because this is I know this is actually a cover from one of the Purgatory books.
Yeah, this is iconic. I've seen this image before.
Days of Purgatory.
Yeah,
absolutely love that album.
But yeah, dude, you're right. I forgot all about them. They used a lot. They used a lot of stuff from comics.
They love comic art.
Do you guys remember? Was it who did the album for Wolverine Blues?
Oh God, that was it was late 80s, early 90s thrash metal.
Entombed.
Yeah, Entombed.
Yeah, I think was that the first time that like a band actually licensed to use a character
That was
as
the
the
first
emphasis
time I remember
of their actual album.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was back when Marvel was still trying to push Wolverine as like a darker, more mature.
Yeah, when Wolverine was like the big character that was crossing over into everything.
Yeah,
and then
oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back for a minute. So there's Kelly Frias too, who was like a great kind of like comic book kind of illustrator that did album covers. And then the one I was thinking for the prog rock stuff was Roger Dean, who I got to meet backstage at a Yes show just a couple years back. The guy is like sharp as a whip, and he's still doing fantastic artwork. He actually sued what's his name, Jim Cameron, for ripping him off on Avatar. So all those floating like land masses and stuff.
No kidding.
That's what he's known for. All those like crazy landscapes, those sci-fi landscapes and stuff. And he goes, he goes, they had better lawyers than I did, so they kicked my ass.
Actually,
no.
we gotta start getting into our comics, man. Maybe because speaking of lawyers, one of the comics that I've got has a big like legal history behind it.
Oh, okay. Well, oh shit, yeah. Oh,
wait. Yeah, now I'm curious.
The Molly Hatchet.
Oh, Molly Hatchet. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, Molly Hatchet.
Molly Hatchet. Yeah, we mentioned the Frazetta covers earlier.
Yeah. Yep. Well, hey Bob, why don't you start us off then? If you you have something you want to add, Death or Luke?
I have a question. I just want the logo for Danzig's first album. You guys know where that came from? That demon skull. He ripped that off of Crystar, right? The Crystar Warrior #8. Yeah.
Right. No way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember
Michael
that
Golden.
now.
He ripped off Michael Golden to get his demon skull thing.
It's weird. I think I had a conversation with you, Luke, about this on a live stream, and I think you were saying that they didn't even really clean it up. Like it's distorted. Like if you took a comic book panel and you blew it up, so all that cool distortion that's in the logo, it's all. That's what would happen.
Seriously, I'll find it. I'll find it and I'll show you.
It's so weird. Like also, isn't the Misfit stuff is ripped off from something, right?
Red Ghost.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just like it's all distorted. Like the image is all distorted, so it looks really cool, but it's from a movie or a video or something, right?
An old early what is it? 1920s, 1930s serial, The Red Ghost. They would show them, and he had that face. You know, he wore a red cloak. Face. Yeah, the skull face.
But all right, I got my first one up here. If you want to, let me see. Let me share this.
Well, let's follow up with Luke, and then we'll go right into that.
Yep.
Oh come on! Can I just have a single image of it, please? Or you gotta send me through 4 million websites?
This is why I don't do any of that stuff, because it never goes well for me.
Right.
So we got it down, though.
Well, anyway.
We got to make our money somehow.
Right? No, they don't. They got plenty of money. So, here.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. Those Eddie Cow albums for Iron Maiden, man. Just forget it, man. Those are some of the best album covers ever.
Yeah,
Killers is a great album.
That definitely lends itself to a comic book. Like I'm surprised that Iron Maiden didn't really license that guy to do, a comic book, because that would be killer.
Right.
Hey, wait a minute. Who was that you just put up there? Art. Who was that link?
It was the link. Oh, this was
Jay Lee, dude.
Yeah.
Hiroshi Tanahashi and your friggin' your icon there, brother. And New Japan Pro Wrestling for life, my friend.
There's too many Jay Lees in the comics, by the way.
Right. Dude, if that was the real Jay Lee, I was like, oh my god.
Here, I'm sharing my screen, Art. There you go.
Okay.
Golden. Yeah, see right
there
down
it
here.
is. Yeah.
That shit's golden.
It's just blatant. Blatant. They didn't. They took the women out and the frilly stuff around it, and they just used the entire thing. Didn't modify the line work at all.
Wow.
Yep. Glenn Danzig, ladies and gentlemen. Glenn Danzig.
Glenn Danzig.
What you got, Bob?
He loves comic books, but loves to exploit the artists.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bob. Is this your first image here? Oh, the Guns N' Roses book.
Well, this is actually a series.
Oh shit!
This is a series. It started in 1989 and it ran till I believe 93, 94. And the interesting thing about this, and each of these, if you look up here at the top, actually I don't know if this one says or not. Let me double check here. No, this one doesn't say it. These are all unauthorized.
Oh, so
the entire series, which ran for 4 years, was unauthorized. Every single one of them. And Guns N' Roses, I believe Metallica,
Aerosmith,
they took them to court and they lost.
Yeah, because they're not disparaging them.
They weren't disparaging them or anything like that. They were mad about it. But yeah, so the laws have changed a little bit since then, I think.
They're doing true stories, whether they've talked about them themselves in articles or whatever. So it's basically the artist and writer biographing through comics these stories.
Oh, but wow. Let me see if I can find another one here. So these books they were autobiographical books about the bands, but they were, like I said, they were unauthorized. So they took them to court and they actually lost. So
what'd you say?
The bands took the guy to court and they lost.
I used to crack those suckers open, and like Todd said earlier, the artwork on most of those books is really bad.
Yeah, they weren't very good. It wasn't very good.
We had a Van Halen one like that I found the other day when I was going through some back issues. Because I have to sort them and put them back in, alphanumeric, and I was like, Van Halen, really? It was like 1994 or something like that. I mean, it was an okay painted cover, but the interior was like, it was definitely rushed, and it was not all that pretty.
Yeah, I don't think they make a lot off the sales, and they don't have any money to pay the artist. But I stand corrected. So the Green Laser says Iron Maiden had an Eddie comic series back in 2017. So I don't know how that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They did.
West.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say Kevin West. Yeah.
But here's another cover from that Rock and Roll magazine. Is the Black Crows.
Actually
cool covers. The inside art was not great.
Well, it's because they shot their load on the cover.
Yeah. But I actually picked up. I think I picked up the Guns N' Roses one. Like, I don't have them anymore. I picked up the Guns N' Roses one. I think I picked up the AC/DC one, and I picked up the Metallica one. And I just got them because of the cover. And then obviously I opened them up and like, this isn't very good. So they just kind of got thrown in the corner and collected dust. So I wish I still had them because they might be worth. I don't know if they're worth anything now because, like I said, they were only in business for about 4 years.
Right.
I think I remember Valiant, the guy that ran Valiant, somehow had some kind of ties with a like promotional company, and they promoted and marketed Aerosmith or something like that. And I remember having a conversation where he wanted me to draw the Aerosmith comic for them. And I don't know if it ever came out or not, but I was always like, even then I was kind of like, based on what you're telling me you're going to do, I don't think this is going to go very well. Like there's certain bands like that make sense. Like, if you did, Iron Maiden, Eddie has a character, even if Disturbed wanted to do something, they kind of have a character that they could use, or Kiss, they are the characters.
Oh yeah.
But something like Aerosmith, like, well, how would you do this? Like, how would you do a superhero comic? So I think the money was pretty crappy too. So I just bowed out. And I do remember his Hail Mary pass to me. It was like, you want to meet the band?
Sweeten the deal, huh?
Yeah, and I was like, it's okay.
But that's my first one there, man.
All right. Yeah. So I have one. Let me see. And this one I think is just the mother of all. At least for me, it is for sure. And it's the Marvel Kiss
Sure.
magazine book. And holy crap, man! This I think it was Ross Andrew, and I think also John Buscema worked on it. Like, there's some
Oh
crazy
wow! No
people that
kidding.
worked on this book. Yeah.
I think it was
I mean,
Ross.
Kiss was a big deal back then.
Yeah.
Like Kiss was huge. They were in everything back then.
Well, they had the perfect gimmick too, where it was like printed in real Kiss blood.
Yeah.
So they all
Awesome.
drew blood, and they put it into a vat of ink, and it was all ceremonial, And I think Stan Lee was there and things like that. And you know what? I mean, it's just such a great gimmick that it was even, because I was the perfect age for all this stuff. And I remember like Circus Magazine and all the magazines, like the rock magazines at the time, did articles on it. And I was like, as a kid, I was the right age to go, oh my God, there's real Kiss DNA in this book. Yeah. So that's
yes, kid, that's right. Real Kiss blood.
real
Right.
Kiss
Come on.
blood. Yeah.
Oh
So,
man.
yeah, that was mine. So Zach, do you have one? Zach,
are you awake?
He's muted. I got one.
all right, Todd.
Go for it.
Because it's a local artist from my area, Western Mass. His name was Michael Zulli. Or his name is Michael Zulli. And he did the Alice Cooper Last Temptation book with Neil Gaiman. And Michael comes out of sort of this Western Mass area where he did his own book. That was his start. He did a book called Puma Blues. It'll last like I think 39 issues or something like that, and it went over like 4 years. And it was monthly. It was a monthly book, and he was doing. And originally it was, I think, I forget who did it, but then Mirage took it, and they were publishing it. Then he did 3 issues of a very rare comic. If you get your hands on it, it's not this one. It's called The Last Temptation. But he did.
We had this one in the shop a couple weeks ago.
He did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 35, 36, and 37.
Okay.
And he did them, and they were drawn in a complete different style. The turtles didn't. They looked more realistic, as if they were, if you really mutated a turtle, what he would look like to us in a large rat. It was very, very different, and fans hated it. They absolutely hated it. And they're the rarest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cover issues you can get, other than 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So
But
what
he did.
publisher? Do you remember the publisher?
It was Mirage. This is the 1984 run. This is I think the 1984 run. I think it went to 79 before they stopped, and then you started seeing turtles everywhere. Solson Productions or whatever, and everyone started printing turtle books. But the original run went to 79. I think it stopped in 88, maybe 89.
I'm not sure.
But he did issue 35, 36, and 7. But this book he did with Neil Gaiman and Alice Cooper was really, really eclectic, different book, beautifully drawn.
I have to interrupt for just a minute. When Art got the album, the Kiss album had Art's DNA on it.
Oh no!
That shit's rude. How dare you?
That's hilarious.
The old Art jokes are coming back.
Oh man!
You guys remember this book? It had Dave McKean covers and everything. Really?
Can you find them? Because maybe because I'm not if you mention it, it doesn't really ring a bell. But when I see something, it definitely does.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I.
Yeah, I'm a visual person.
Yeah, so Zach is completely checked out. So I'm going to go to Andy next, and then
I'm here.
Luke. Oh, okay.
My thing is kind of different though, is because I didn't grow up in this era of this happening a ton.
They're still doing these books though.
No, I know, but I was going to bring up this different kind of Hold on, let me get it to
Okay.
the right monitor. And it's kind of strange because it's odd that you bring this up because it was something I recently found. When I was
okay.
Nice. I remember that cover.
Okay. Yeah.
This was like late 90s, right?
Oh, this is you guys aren't looking at me. I don't know what you're looking at.
No, he's looking at the Alice Cooper, the Last
Hey.
Temptation, the Michael McKean, or what?
Oh, that's the Michael Zulli.
Yeah, I don't know what year this was.
No, that cover is Dave McKean. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Dave
Right.
McKean, yeah.
1994.
Okay, that's the book you were talking about, Todd?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Very cool.
But so what I found was it was weird. Is I was at Barnes and Noble, and I found a band book from an old band that I used to like called Skillet, and I was like, "What the heck?" So, yeah, no, I was like, "What the heck? Look at this! Look, they have their own comic." You know,
Cool.
yeah. And I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" You know, and I looked up the publisher, and the publisher, that's all they do is they do artists, they do musicians. And then they do art, or all of them have comics with them. You know what I mean? They go along with them, and that's like their specialty. Of, I guess they don't have the doors, but anyway, you know what I mean? Like
Baby Metal. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I saw Dio there. Yeah, Baby Metal, the Doors. Oh, that's cool, man.
If any of it would load up, sheesh.
Right with
I
Beethoven.
tell you what.
Oh, it's because I
thing
have
is
all these. Hold on.
The band behind Baby Metal, the band behind the
Is
K-pop girls,
dope.
is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Like, they can
It's an actual
shred.
comic.
God, dude,
Baby
especially
Metal
the lead guitarist, the dude who's like is on all white, like he's like bald and he's like painted all white. That guy's awesome.
Nuts. Yeah, one of the guitarists actually died in that band.
Yeah, they've
I
actually
remember
switched out a
correctly.
few band members.
Oh, have
but,
they? Okay.
But
Yeah, they
yeah,
can- they
dude,
can actually
that guy
shred.
is just a freaking like that guy's hands are bleeding by the end of the night. I guarantee.
Oh, this is that one that you looked at earlier, but it's just, you know what I mean? Like I found this and I was like, it's like, what? So there is, I didn't know before that there was like this, I guess, like I'd heard of Bat Metal and stuff like that, but I always thought that was just like a genre of Batman and whatnot, and them trying to pull in metalheads, you know,
Right.
to comics and whatnot. But I didn't know there's like a whole entire thing of like bands and Anthrax, you know, like there's a whole, like it's a whole entire genre on its own of like comics, you know, of merging. And I saw one earlier where it was like a crowdfund, like maybe 2 years ago, that was for Iron Maiden or something.
I wonder if that's the Eddie book that somebody in the chat was talking about.
Yeah, there was like, it was a pretty popular metal band that is, I'm sorry, but like not of my generation, and they were doing a comic that went with the like they did an album and then they did a comic that went with the album, and and they crowdfunded it, and I don't remember what it was exactly.
Crowdfunded. I'm not familiar. I know that Death Clock, Brendan Small with Metalocalypse, they released an album with each season, and then they did some comics with Eric Powell's Albatross Press.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's the. I remember seeing some of the advertisements for it. Great stuff.
I
Yeah,
totally missed out on it. I've never seen those comics out in the wild. Ever.
But everything you're showing here, Zach, this stuff is legit. This is like more legit artwork than I've seen. So this site that you found, these aren't just like kind of hack, like band comics.
No,
Pretty well done.
yeah, no, these are like someone took time, like this Z2 Comics publisher, like they took the time to get it together and do this thing, and like that's
Oh,
their
they
niche.
did a Poppy comic. Damn,
So
she does
You know what I
she does the theme for one of my favorite wrestlers.
Poppy is cool, man. I didn't
Yeah.
know anybody else
Not
knew
familiar.
Poppy.
Yeah, she does Io Shirai's entrance music.
Oh, that's
She's
cool.
she's like this hot airheady. She's not an airhead, but like she's kind of like, hey man, like she's kind of spacey. it's just kind of almost like stream of consciousness. She goes on, but then you realize that it's very clever and well written, and that she's also a musician. So it's kind of like these cool little songs. And then you realize like what you thought she was, there's way more to her than that. Like she's got a great singing voice, and the songs are pretty amazing. And I didn't know anybody else knew about her other than myself. So I guess Bob does, as well. So,
But yeah, that's my show and tell. Because I didn't read any of those comics. I didn't know they existed, really.
Yeah. Well, what's very cool, and you know what? There's a band growing up, like a metal band that I absolutely loved, that I was surprised never did anything like this. And maybe they just thought it was too cheesy, but it was Operation Mindcrime by oh my gosh, what was the band?
Queensryche.
Yeah, Queensryche. And so if you listen to that album, it's like it's a concept album, and it's a who done it, but it's like a future tense kind of cyberpunk kind of backdrop to it. And so it's well done. It's like Pink Floyd The Wall, but it's like a metal version of that. And it's well thought out. And the story actually tracks. And then if you listen, they don't really tell you who killed the character. You kind of got to piece it together. They've later since then have said who was the murderer, but it really is kind of like a whodunit in like a metal cyberpunk kind of way. And so Operation Mindcrime, I thought, definitely lended itself to a comic book. Like that would be a great comic book to put out, and I don't think it ever did. But that's one of those albums that, as a comic book person, when I listened to it, I was like, holy shit, these people read comics. And I don't know if they really do, but I know you guys have listened to music, and then you just go, I know that guy reads comic books. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right on.
Listen,
go ahead.
Galacticon. Brendan Small's Galacticon.
Okay.
Listen, it's a concept album. Galacticon 1 and Galacticon 2. They actually did comics based on those. Did you see those?
No.
Yeah. Steve Mannon, I think, did the artwork for him, and Albatross Press again. But yeah, great albums, and the comics were awesome as well. Kind of follow the story of the album.
Okay, yeah, like it's weird how there is quite a crossover between rock and roll and comic books, and until you start talking about it, you don't realize how much of it actually exists. So I'm going to put Andy on the spot now. Do you have one, Andy?
I tell you, man, going back, Kiss Psycho Circus.
Yeah,
I loved this. I loved Angel Medina's. I loved Angel Medina's artwork in it.
You stole my second one, man.
You know what? He stole my second one too.
Dude, I love this book. Angel's artwork in this thing is just, look at that. I mean, that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Angel was just perfect for this.
And
I mean, this is the trade paperback. And I know there's more than just one trade paperback, but this is the one I have. And, it's on my bookshelf. It was just right here within arm's reach. I got to reread it. But yeah, I love this stuff because I grew up, owning Kiss records and whatnot. I remember Hotter Than Hell had that mask on the back of it. Yeah. Yep. That's just so awesome.
Actually, I got some of the covers here. Nice. Check this out. Look at that cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when those were coming out.
Yeah, dude.
Great covers.
Did it right, and all the licensing and the marketing was done right. And Kevin Conrad is a good friend of mine, and so he gives me all the inside stories on it and everything, and how they didn't get to retain any of the ownership of the artwork. So Gene Simmons bought all the original artwork back.
Yeah, I think Angel told me that.
Yeah. So
wow.
The cool thing about it is that also Kiss later put out a Psycho Circus album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so it's pretty funny how it not necessarily ties into the comic book, but it's definitely inspired, the name and everything else. So it is pretty funny or pretty interesting how comic books, inspire, rock and roll, and then rock and roll inspires comic books and back and forth, and how much crossover there is.
They had a whole tour.
Yeah.
For Psycho Circus.
I think if I'm not mistaken, it's when they got the original guys back, when they got Ace Frehley back and Peter Chris back. Yeah, and so they did that tour. And I think that was their first album, like original, new material album with those guys. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing. So my third one, I'm going to see if I can find it because I had, okay, actually, let me go back. Okay, I have it here. So actually, I have two. So maybe Kiss Psycho Circus wasn't my second. So maybe I misspoke. So I do have this one here, which hopefully you can see it. So yeah, this is the Alice Cooper, book.
Oh yeah.
And I think Alice, because a lot of it is story oriented, like his whole act. It's one of those, he's one of those performers that it really lends itself to storytelling, comic book storytelling. So I love this cover. I think it's so cool, man. And then my next one is, I hope it is the right one. Well, there's the Ramones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I just think the artwork is so freaking cool, man. Look at that. I don't know who did the artwork, but the artwork was pretty killer here.
Oh man.
Gabba.
Yeah, that's god dang, man. I'm trying to isn't that artist is one of the guys who did the used to do covers for Mad.
Oh, you know who it is? It's William Stout. I was gonna say it's Brian Bolin, but this is William Stout.
Is it really?
Stout?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. This is Bill Stout. This is killer, man. He is his dinosaur book is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
wow.
He's a concept artist now as well. I think he did the Conan, the Arnold Conan movie and stuff like that. So, there's his name right there, 2005, Will Stout. Okay. And then for me, these are those books that you were talking about with
Yep.
the easy. Yeah, they're really bad.
I think if you look in the top corner of that one, because eventually, I think the thing from the lawsuit did say that they had to put unauthorized on there.
Yeah,
I think eventually in the cover eventually they some of them actually have unauthorized at the where that says Revolutionary Comics.
Yeah,
underneath it they would have it would say unauthorized.
Okay, yeah, these guys, this stuff was like a lot of features of comic books.
That's awesome, dude. I like that cover.
Yeah, I can't blow this up because it's really low res, but I think the artwork's really cool, man. Nice. Look how straight that leg is, how stylized. Right? So awesome.
that's like some Scotty Young legs, man.
Yeah, and then oh shit, where is?
Oh man.
Yeah, right there, right underneath is 100% unauthorized material, right at the bottom there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Where is the one I wanted? Holy shit. I'm gonna end up going back.
We had that comic in the shop a couple weeks ago. It was on the back wall behind me.
Here's my final choice. Okay, this is Farewell to Kings. This is the Rush comic book, and most of the artwork is pretty shitty, but I think these are pretty right on, like caricatures, kind of like comic book versions of the Rush guy. And look at Neil Peart, the drummer. He looks possessed.
Oh my god! Dude, you know what that looks like? Hey, Art, like the guy on the left there, man. He looks like your dude from friggin' from the Mechanics, man. He looks like Doug.
Yeah,
look at the pose, man. Even the pose, the way he's got his hand crooked.
Yeah, well, this is definitely from the '70s. So Farewell of the Kings was Rush's opus from the '70s. Yeah. So I like it. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, Rush. Always aim to push the boundaries musically and visually.
God.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's the impact of comic books and rock and roll. So who's next? Who wants to?
I got another
Take a
one.
few.
All right. Is this you?
Actually, go ahead, man.
Okay. So Luke's got this. Let's go with this.
Galactron.
This is the Galacticon that I was telling you about. Yeah, this is
Galacticon.
Brendan Small's book. Yeah.
Oh
Galacticon.
shit! The artwork's pretty
And-
killer.
I remember that.
Yeah, Steve Manning. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve lives like an
is
hour and a half.
That's
from me.
cool.
Yeah,
Oh, no
I remember
kidding.
that.
I love his
Yeah,
work.
Steve-
like
Yeah, this was
Steve's
such a fun
in-
series. It follows the story of the first album that he put out. Yeah. Funny
That's
story
dope,
about this
man.
album. Brendan Small was putting together, what was it, the album for season 2 of Metalocalypse, and they couldn't get the rights or something like that. Something screwy with Adult Swim. So he had the studio time already booked. So he wrote a concept album in like a couple of days, and then wrote it all together with music and had his basically this is the band of Metalocalypse playing something else. And so is the second
okay.
one. It's so good. Like, think progressive rock metal opera thing in space. It's fantastic.
I definitely
Nice.
look this up tomorrow. This is going to be entertaining.
Oh, like some
This
like
is-
Hall of the Mountain
this is
King
the
type
album.
stuff.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
yeah, this is good stuff.
I have
the-
to say, Luke, you just trumped us on just about everything. The artwork is so killer, man.
Dude, go back to that. Go back to that. The cover before that. The red one. Dude,
Yeah.
you know what that reminds me of? Remember those old because we were talking about indie sci-fi movies a while back. This reminds me of those indies. Remember those indie sci-fi? They tried to make it seem like it was a bigger movie than it was. So they had these really cool like movie posters and stuff.
Yes.
Like Adventures in the Forbidden Zone and stuff like that. This reminds me of, man. They always had the main character on the front of it, like shooting something or something like that, and then the hot chick in the background.
Or Crow.
Oh, yeah.
Crawl. Oh my god,
Crawl.
dude.
Good stuff.
Hey, go back
Oh,
to
yeah.
the first artwork, the first cover that you showed.
Funny
This one?
thing. Yeah, funny. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, this one looks like it could be like a heavy metal cover.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. This is like a story out of heavy metal.
like
This is,
heavy metal in the day though when it was really good.
Isn't this Albatross Eric Powell's company?
Yep.
Or little publisher?
Sure
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they put out some good stuff, man. I've been picking up the Goon for a while now, since he moved over there. But yeah, this is this dude's ex-wife, Triton, and then his ex-wife. The story is kind of like the story of them getting divorced, and then him not wanting to admit that he screwed up
You know
and
who
stuff
else?
like that.
What was that band? Coheed and Cambria.
Coheed and Cambria. Yeah.
That guy's a comic book dude too, right? Well, he did some kind of because I think that Coheed and Cambria is a concept in itself, like the whole band name and everything is.
Yeah.
And didn't he do a comic book or something?
Oh, he did a series of them. He did a series of them. It's kind of like Dune in its scope. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about it. I had a friend tell me about it and tell me I should check it out. The music's all right. Dude's voice kind of gets on my nerves just a little bit. It gets up here and it goes. I'm just like.
But the band makes up for it.
The band makes up for it.
Band-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super good. It's like listening to Rush for me, or even like Led Zeppelin. Sometimes I got to be in the mood because those high range things they do kind of get in my skin.
Well, I mean, it kind of evens out on some of the later albums that I've listened to. It's not quite as ululating, I guess, when it gets up high. I don't
You
know if that's
mean
the word I'm looking
Coheed
for.
and Cambria?
Yeah, Coheed and Cambria. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy can just rock. Like he's got a good like middle range tone, but he does do that. That
Does that weird
kind of
thing.
range. And you know what? I think it's a trope of like prog metal. Like if you think about most of the prog metal guys, they all sing in that kind of higher range thing. And
Yeah, that almost falsetto sometimes.
yeah, it might be kind of like a trope, but I think some guys can pull it off. And some
Fair.
can't.
But do you know what he actually look like? Have you ever seen like any music videos with them and you actually see what he looks like? You expect kind of like a bigger voice and everything, and then as soon as he starts
Yeah.
singing, you're just like, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he's He's a
Not
complete
quite what I was expecting, but okay.
Yeah.
And he wears glasses, like he wears like thick glasses.
Yep.
Art, Curiso Comics has a good question. Has any song or group inspired your story or art?
Oh my gosh, I'll tell you, that's a great question because like 2112, like Rush's 2112, inspired like when I was doing Chrono Mechanics, especially when I was like working on like Doug's when he goes to like different worlds or different versions of himself. So there's that one panel where he's like the king of rock and roll world or whatever, and that's definitely like 2112 right there. So
Nice.
I would say like Doug, just in a nutshell, just embraces everything I love about like the 70s like music, and if I could get away with it more and be more self-indulgent, I sure as hell would.
What about you, Andy?
No, I mean, honestly, no.
Like any music that like, you're just like, any comic that you did where like the music put the energy into it or something?
No, not really. Not really. But I looked up that Kiss from the Marvel Super Special #1. Dude, that was drawn by Alan Weiss.
Okay. And were there other artists?
So it was the first story.
Right?
The first story was drawn by Alan Weiss with Al Milgrom and Sal Buscema, but it looks like they inked it. And then the second Kiss story was drawn by John Buscema.
Was Ross Andrew at all on that, or was it John and Sal and then Alan Weiss?
No Ross.
Okay. So
But
maybe
then Marvel Super Special #5 was also Kiss. That was drawn by freaking John Romita Jr., inked by Tony DeZuniga.
Oh,
wow.
He buried JR, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it was one of JR's first jobs, probably.
Yeah. So what is this?
Oh, this is Static X. This is my boy Brian Polito back in the day with Chaos.
Wow. I remember this. Dude, I remember this.
This is Static X's second album, Machine, and I love this album. They've been hanging out with Fear Factory, so this album is industrial as fuck, and I love it. But yeah, they released this comic around the same time, Was this the only comic they ever did?
Was this when they tried to do the Chaos relaunch, or was this like at the end of Chaos's original life?
This is at the end.
Yeah.
They were doing the WWF, and then they were also doing Insane Clown Posse and stuff like that.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah, Insane Clown Posse, you talk about like a comic book. Those guys already are living comic book characters, man.
Oh, yeah.
You and Indianapolis directed that part.
Dude.
Stories for that.
I'll tell you what, though, man, those freaking those WWF comics, man, The Undertaker, man, those were pretty cool.
Oh yeah, well, they always had great artwork. I don't know if you're seeing the pic that I have up now. It's Wayne as the God of Thunder. I got special affinity for Wayne because Mohawk, and he had the
nice
hair standing up. But yeah, I mean, Brian's always found good artists to do his comics.
Yeah.
I do have a pet peeve about this. Like, that guitar is way too small.
Oh yeah, totally.
Well, he's a god, man.
But he looks badass.
Yeah,
and he's becoming god-sized.
yeah,
right.
He's hulking out.
You said 2112. This book came into the.
Okay, wait. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Okay, wait.
I got that.
Wait. Shut up. Okay.
I got
No, you said 2112, and this book was in the shop the other day, and I had never seen it before, but it's sci-fi and it's John Byrne.
That's amazing, man. I'm seriously jealous of you, dude. I would love that book.
I've never heard of it before, but
look how good a condition that thing's in, man. Damn.
That's not that old though. That's
25 years old or so.
2112? No.
It didn't come out in 2112.
Oh, is that a reprint or
1992?
Okay,
yeah, 92.
2112, April 1992, published by Dark Horse Comics Inc.
I have it somewhere.
That supposedly was, if I remember the story right, that was something that Byrne was going to do for Marvel, and they didn't take it. So he's like, okay. So he just basically named shit, so it wasn't Marvel related.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
all I know
is
is
opening page.
through that.
God dang, man.
That's killer.
Right? I
God, I
got
love
this
John
because
Byrne
it's
so
John
much.
Byrne. So yeah. Hell yeah.
Man, when Byrne is on top of his game, man, that guy is on top of his freaking game.
Yeah. We got to get together and do a John Byrne special.
That would be
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Have you guys looked
That
at
could be our next show,
X-Men series he
Art.
continued?
Yes.
If
dude,
we-
dude, did you see that somebody actually took that series and made and actually made a book out of it and gave it to Rob Liefeld as a gift? They made a hardcover version of that book and gave it to him as a gift.
Wow.
I'm like,
Ultimate troll.
I was like, somebody needs to. I'm gonna steal that damn book.
Right? I want it. I want a copy.
Do you guys remember ROG? Wasn't it like magazine size, black and white?
Yeah.
Robot?
I still got that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Love that book.
Well, we're starting to get off topic, and we should start winding down. Anyways, I think it's weird because we could probably do twice the amount of time with this, because I think we just got the tip of the iceberg here as far as music, rock music, and comics,
Rap. I mean, there's so much music crossover.
So
dude.
much.
Yeah.
Dude,
Just on the David Bowie comic they did, right?
Yeah. That was it?
Mike Allred.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Mike and Laura Allred. Yeah.
Well, Ziggy Stardust already is. Actually, most of Bowie, he does take on a persona, so you could actually tell stories based on, some of those personas. Definitely Ziggy Stardust for like sci-fi, superhero type comics. What about Ziggy Stardust meets Kiss?
There you go.
I'm surprised it didn't happen.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm
70s,
surprised.
to be honestly.
Dude, honestly, man, there's so much of that stuff that I'm amazed never came about.
Okay, here we go. Okay, Ziggy Stardust meets Kiss in the 2112 universe.
Boom.
Mic drop.
Art's over here jock rocking a friggin' comic together.
Mike Allred did a big, huge coffee table book about David Bowie. It's sort of autobiographical, but it gets really whimsical. It gets really whimsical in it, and it's very eclectic.
Right.
But yeah.
Are you talking? Yeah, you're talking about the Stardust, Ray Guns, and Moon Age Daydreams.
Yeah.
And that
that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Mike and Laura Allred. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked beautiful.
It is. It does look beautiful. How big is it though? It looks like it's a coffee table book, right?
Yeah, it's I pulled it up here. Let me see how many pages it is.
Art, share my screen.
Yeah, it's
real
160.
quick.
Yeah, it's 160 pages.
Yeah.
That's my screen.
Nice.
That's okay too.
Oh yeah.
Well, who's screening? Andy,
Well,
that's Kiss though, Andy.
there's actually
Yeah, I know. I
two-
want to show you, but this is from the magazine.
Oh, okay. I think we're gonna stay focused on the Bowie stuff right now. Yeah, this looks pretty
Okay.
good.
I think there's two covers of that too, isn't there? There's
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't.
yeah,
grab the
there's
second
one where
cover.
it's like the Art Deco art where it's just him.
Yeah, and then
That's
I
cool.
really liked the Mike Allred cover.
Oh, dude. This is the cover for the audiobook, and it's got a foreword by Neil Gaiman.
Oh, I like the blaster guitar.
right? Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's get into. Okay, what is this, Andy? Oh,
This is from the Kiss magazine. Alan Weiss. Dude, look at that. That's total Alan Weiss.
God damn, dude. There's something about newsprint color, man. I just love.
I love this stuff.
Seriously, there's the figures.
Doctor Doom versus Kiss. Yeah,
You know it, man.
Yes.
Oh, I remember that with the chick. And yeah, she's just a robot. Their eye comes popping out. Yeah. Gene
Nice.
Yeah,
Simmons.
man. I mean, this is awesome.
Look at that.
Look at
Big
that.
2K
That's awesome.
spread.
That's
Hot
dope.
shot.
So
They're
rock and roll,
freaking-
man. Look at
God
my
damn, those shoes were friggin' huge, man.
Yeah.
Those boots were
Look at
like
my
Those
8
God.
inches high, man.
This is
Love
just
those
so
boots,
cool.
man.
Oh
Hold
my
on,
god.
let's see.
So it's Kiss in the Marvel Universe. That's fun.
That's
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
wait, hold on. I just saw something. Okay, what is this? Oh, this is them getting the blood taken from them.
Yep.
Oh my god. Our DNA is in this book. You know there's some female Kiss fans that are like, I still have a piece of ace.
Dude, look at this guy's arm. Look how thin that is.
They're not
They
getting
just kind of stab through it and then let it drip off the end of the
I
needle.
know.
He just deflates.
It's like my wrist.
Goodness.
I just want a blood sample box with the name with my.
Oh man,
That.
those shoots could see. Those boots could shoot laser beams and eat children's souls, man.
Hell yeah, they can. Look at Gene had to take off his armor.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Listen, kids, comics can be fun.
That's right.
I saw them up close, and all of them. I don't know if it was the hair or what, but they were like bobbleheads. Their heads were so big. Their heads were. It was like what's her name? Naomi Judd. She has a huge melon. And all 4 Kiss members have huge melons.
It's like an apple on a pencil.
Okay. I think we all have to do the bobblehead. Okay, so this will be like the Andy Smith bobble, Todd and Luke's bobblehead. Yeah, there we go.
You gotta do it. Yeah. You gotta do it. What everybody used to make their bobbleheads do.
And Zach, you couldn't see him, but Zach was doing it too.
Nice.
But not the other Zach. The other Zach was doing it. All right.
The other
Hey,
Zach
it's
was
time to
Bob.
take it home, Art.
Yes. Thank you, Bob. It's not the end of the show until Bob, gives us the.
I'm a fat lady that
To
sings.
wrap it up.
Yeah. Well,
Wrap it up.
I do want to get a little mushy here for a minute and a little heartfelt. Thank you to everybody that supported Pontificators for the last couple years. Well, at least a year, right, Todd? We've been doing this for a year.
Over a year. Yeah.
So we're all going to move on to something else. I'm sure that all of us will create something new and be hanging out, in a live stream soon.
Oh, this is fine. This is it. It's it.
We're
Final
going to.
countdown, baby.
I'm
Yeah.
I thought you were
I'm
just
gonna
going away
convince-
for a month or two.
I'm going to convince Art. We're going to do.
Holy crap, Art!
Have faith, children. Have faith. I'm going to convince Art to do something. We're gonna retool it, and we're going to come back stronger than ever.
Yeah, we're gonna do something. Oh, go ahead.
Supposed to be eternal, not terminal.
Terminal. Yeah, but anyways, you guys, thank you so much for supporting us. We've had a blast, and yeah, like I said, we'll end up, doing something new in the future. But I just think that for the most part, at this moment in time, I think we've taken it as far as we can, and so we'll create something new for you guys in the future. So thanks again for supporting us, and it's just been amazing. And I wish Chester could be here. But Chester, this is the Chester show right here. This is music and comic books.
This is Chester's fault. He's the Yoko.
Because he doesn't
Ono
get
in
to
this.
do it on his own show.
Yeah.
He's the Yoko Ono in this thing, Dan. He's breaking up the band.
You know what? Let's blame all of this on Chester, especially since he can't defend himself. Chester,
Exactly, since it's not
That's
here.
the best way.
You rice munching bastard.
you son of a bitch. and also, if you guys are fans of cool comic books that'll make you laugh and have fun and just, everything that a comic book should do, go back First Man on Indiegogo. That's Andy Smith's new book. And also, I feel like he's kind of, I always want to call him the boss, but Ethan Van Sciver's Rainbow Brute or Rainbow the Brute is in demand right now. So go back that bad boy as well. And I believe Todd's book, Florida Man, is in demand, and Chrono Mechanics is in demand as well. So you guys have a bunch of cool books. So I don't want to hear you crying about, there's nothing cool to read. Because
Can confirm Chrono Mechanics is awesome.
Woo-hoo!
Love it. Yeah.
Thank you so
It's a
much.
good book.
All right, you guys.
Dude, you should close this out. You should have closed this out with "God gave rock and roll to you, man."
Oh shit. Yeah, you want to see me shed
Just
a
keep
tear?
working with him, Bob. We'll get him there. We'll get him there.
Yeah. Bob wants to hear me cry or see me cry. Yeah. All right, you guys. So, oh man, we're gonna leave on this. Past Master Dan says, "Miss you already." We miss you too, you guys. So, thanks again. Take care. See you tomorrow on Aaron Lepresti's channel. You're gonna get more Andy Smith and myself.
That's right.
Yes.
we're still trying to get Billy Tucci out of whatever funk he's in. Like for some reason, like Thursdays he just can't do, right? Like, oh, Thursday, I just like
he's got something. He'll join at 9:30 tomorrow. He said so.
Okay, so that's like his holy Sunday. He is.
Keep pestering him. Keep pestering him.
And then hopefully we have Dan Fraga will pop in too, because Dan's a big behind the scenes guy, gives us a bunch of shit, but he doesn't do it live. So no, he was on my stream. So yeah. So the idea behind this, Andy, do we have a name? Is it like something?
No,
ink?
I don't think so.
I thought it was Spill the Ink. Is that the one we kind of signed off?
Oh, I think it's the Professionals Spilling the Ink.
Professionals
Spilling Ink.
Yeah, so
that sounds like it's going to be fun to sit in on.
Yeah, and so the origin of this show came from was it Billy Tucci's show or was it Graham?
He was Graham.
Okay, and so Graham had all of us on. He had Billy, he had Aaron, he had Andy, and I think Dan was there too.
Yeah.
Craig. And so and myself, and so we just had a great time. So we decided to keep it going as a weekly show. So this will be like the third installment tomorrow night on Aaron Lopresti channel. If you haven't subbed, please do so. And we're just going to talk comic books and have a good old time for about an hour or so. And then I think next is you, right? Are you up next?
Yeah, I'm next.
So yeah, so go subscribe to Andy's channel as well. And we're just going to razzle dazzle you guys with Spilling the Ink by the Professionals.
You'll get there. You'll get there. You got to say it a couple times.
Yeah, not Professionals, but the Professionals. Yeah,
that's right.
All right, you guys. So we'll see you tomorrow. Is it 6 or is it 8? What time is it tomorrow?
It's 8 o'clock Eastern, so 7 o'clock your time.
Okay.
Hey, I dropped the link to Aaron Lopresti's channel in the private chat. If one of you guys wants to grab it and drop it in the live chat so people can find it and subscribe. Hit the bell!
So we'll get that in real quick, and then we're going to bid you adieu. So Sheldon Martin comes in the last possible moment. Art can close out the last show of Pontificators. Yeah, we'll be back somehow.
We will rise like the phoenix.
Yeah, for those
you can't kill the metal.
You can't kill the metal.
Disco tried. They failed.
That's right.
Art tried to kill the metal, but he failed. And he was smashed to the ground.
Yeah, now that's going to be stuck in my head all night. Thanks.
Did you get the link in there? Where is it? Oh, here.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, you guys. Here's
there we go.
So prepare for the show of a lifetime tomorrow. Go back, sub Aaron's channel, and we'll see you at 8 o'clock Eastern time, and we'll be talking our asses off. So thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Bye.